Namaste. I am Dr. Ramananda Swami Giri Maharaj, and many of you know me simply as Swami Ramananda. Very heartfelt and warm greeting from me to all of you today. And there's a very special event occurring this weekend that I would like to give my personal tribute to that event. As you know, I've been traveling extensively throughout the planet, and I'm just returning from a long sojourn in India that took me all the way from Maharashtra all the way to the Himalayas. And I've been spending a long time meditating in Uttarkashi near Gangatri on the Ganges in northern India. A wonderful, resplendent trip, but I'm trying to rest up from my trip and not always able to be out there the way that I would love to at this moment. To all of you who are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the ascendance of my dear friend, beloved friend, Swami Turya Sangeetananda, who the world knows probably as the great jazz star Alice Coltrane, I want to give you my own special personal greeting to all of you with much love and many prayers for your satsang. Swami Ni was just such a wonderful, incredible, loving and generous, kind friend to me. I had nothing in my heart but the most complete love and devotion to her. I felt she brought such a special message to our planet. And not only just the amazing music that absolutely came from Turialoka, but just in the presence of her entire being, she was in fact an amazing manifestation of the divine on earth. I felt a living manifestation of the Divine Mother and absolutely an authentic, realized, enlightened spiritual personality, a saint walking our planet. She did so much for so many. And I saw in her the kind of dancing Hindu deity that was sort of covering every single base simultaneously. That's only the most remarkable realized saint can be at that level where you are mother and a single mother, the wife of the greatest royalty in the jazz world, John Coltrane, and all of the Coltrane family and children, a family matriarch, running about making sure the children are okay. And then with an incredible satsang and a beautiful ashram in the Agora Hills, with many disciples there, keeping all of those people motivated and inspired, and still being able to drive about and be a performing star in the jazz world. That is an amazing dance of Shiva. Someone who's able to keep all of those balls in the air is just absolutely a realized powerhouse, amazing walking demigod on our planet. We are all so fortunate to have had her association, to have been the recipients of her kind counsel and her enlightenment, of which I feel she guided so many lives so beautifully, so perfectly. My journey with Swamini started in New York, where I first went to see both the father and the mother of the Coltrane family performing at the Village Vanguard. In those days, she had replaced McCoy Tyner as the keyboardist of the group. And I went to hear them play in the 60s and simply could not take my eyes off of her because I thought she was absolutely connected to me and that she was so much more than just a jazz musician. She was channeling this music and bringing this incredible sound and enlightenment and perspective to the planet. Even in those days, I found her to be 100% going in that direction. We somehow, connected. And as I sat on the steps of that jazz club, just waiting for another glimpse as they left the building, she made a beeline for me. And she said, oftentimes in life you see things that you wonder if that's real or is that some sort of yoga maya. But she said, I'm absolutely convinced you were my son in my very first lifetime in Egypt. What a thing to share with someone when you just first meet. I was bound and determined to follow her because I felt that she was such a guide and absolutely opening the door to the experience of the Sanatan Dharma for so many young people who were attracted to her and her music, and she could open that door to them, to Hindu spirituality and to the amazing, magical land of India. When her first album came out, I was right there to collect it. That was Huntington Ashram Monastery, a monastic trio. And she was doing something that I had never seen any other jazz musician do, which was to play jazz harp. That harp has an incredible legacy, an amazing story in itself, that it arrived as a divine present from her husband, but that she would master it in a way that was so utterly beautiful. As I listened to it, all I could do was think of Egypt. I am Egyptian, so having that in my DNA and hearing that sound and being an Egyptologist, trained archaeologist who spent so much of my life in Egypt, at the pyramids, at the tombs in the Valley of the Kings, and up and down the Nile, I heard that sound, and that sound was authentic. I thought, my goodness, what this amazing woman is channeling. Jazz chords on a harp and played so with such utter transcendence. I was motivated and I had to absolutely follow and listen to her music. It was speaking to me. She continued to produce such beautiful albums, and as they came out, I clung to all of them and listened to them repeatedly. Some of them I listened to until they literally could play no more. The grooves were worn away in the music. And I think of this journey that goes back 50 years. And here I'm now at this side of the juncture, having had Swamini lead me to India, met my own Guru Devi there, became an initiated Swami, Maharaj, in that order, with disciples of my own around the world, 3 jazz albums of my own. And I'm back in India just a couple of months ago. And as I went, I could only listen to the music from this album. I listened to it over and over on MP3 players. I traveled all the way up the Himalayas until I got to Gangotri, and still I could only listen to Swamini's music. It still has stood the test of time. It still is the backdrop to me for Himalayan spirituality. And it brought such a state of peace and bliss. I was sitting on the Ganges in the very spot that Swamini was sitting in when she took the wonderful photo with Swami Satchidananda. And as I sat there by the Ganges, I was just amazed that I had found that exact spot that probably initiated the spiritual journey of thousands and thousands of young people. There I sat on the Ganges. I found that exact block they were sitting on, and the energy was still there after all this time. You could absolutely feel the Shakti. And Swami Satchidananda became a wonderful, wonderful friend as well. Um, these are dear, dear people to me in my own personal journey. I looked back over all of this glorious music that was given and the friendship which transpired between me and Swamini, where so many of these albums were given with the most beautiful letters personal to me, that I just treasure. I can't begin to tell you how wonderful this journey has been. And you could see I have kept all of Swamini's transmissions to me, and we have meditated together in the highest, most high vibration meditation, where literally the two of us just went out into the cosmos. And I felt like at the end of those meditations that we shared together, there was in fact a state of nirvikalpa samadhi descended into me. And these days, I can't forget. I can never forget all of the time this great divine being spent on this person. And I know each one of you must feel so much that way, especially all the family members, to have such a great family member, a mother, an aunt, a grandmother, who spent the same time she spent with you. That is such quality, such great memories. Treasure those, hang on to those memories. Those memories are golden. They are a treasure in your spiritual life, because so seldom do we have people of such high divine spiritual nature descend upon our planet, and who are willing to try to work with all of us and guide us and help our way of finding our own personal bliss, our own personal enlightenment. We're so blessed. We're so very blessed. And on this day of her transcendence, her ascendance, and her elevation, could there be any question in our mind where Swamini is? She's in the highest loka. She's still making her cosmic music. I see her there and feel her every day she comes. And she's watching over all of us. She's making her greatest attempt to guide us in her subtle physical form. And believe you, she does walk among us, and she checks on each and every one of you. I know she checks on me. And on those days when you are struggling, in those days when it seems like the light may have gone out, and you're trying to find your way through the darkness of the Kali Yuga, you must know that she is right there with you, walking every step hand in hand. I feel like everywhere I go, she walks in front of me. I have Anandamoy Ma, I have my own mother, I have these wonderful protective goddesses around me. And that's why I'm able to just continue to travel, teach yoga, experience the divine journey of life, because I have these wonderful protective angels surrounding me. And I know that's the way Swamini is for you. It's the way she would want to be remembered. And she would want you to keep that door open, that she has not gone anywhere. She's right here amidst us, but she's in her perfect body, her divine body, the body which cannot fail her. And she has mobility to go anywhere in the universe. and be at the Lord's feet as a servitor all the way to Krishna Loka. I see her. I know this is her realm, and this is her legacy. So thank you so much for your friendship. Thank you so much for opening the door for me to speak to you as well about all these wonderful divine things that we have experienced in life. And I hope and pray that all of you will be well, be safe, and stay on your spiritual path, on your spiritual journey. And one of the last things Swamini said to me was, she said, Swami Ramananda, there is a golden chain around your waist, and it is a lengthening chain. But that chain will never let you fall. And it is a chain that connects you all the way to the Lord of life. And no matter where you journey, whatever you do, whatever your journey takes you, whatever you have to do in your earth dharma, you will always be pulled back into that divine and radiant presence. Never, ever have a moment where you lose faith, because you know of this deep and everlasting spiritual connection. We have been taught to seek that which is eternal, to teach that those things of the Sanatana Dharma which are eternally true, and let the rest of the yoga and Maya fall away. So let us not lose our focus on the divine goal. And may we always, every day, remember the wonderful guidance and presence of our Guru Devi, Swami Niturya Sangeetananda, and all the things that she did to help each and every one of us to make this journey and to be successful in our journey towards enlightenment. And that every single day when you're on the spiritual path, it becomes a day of radiance and hope, love, peace, truth, beauty in the eternal truth, the Sanatana Dharma. Namaste, and much, much divine love from me to all of you on this special day. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti.